class, you can note the MCQ while we will be discussing it. So today we are discussing the MCQ on risk management topic. Okay. So begin with the first question. The risk of an exchange rate changing between transaction date and subsequent settlement date is called. So if there is a change from transaction to the settlement, it will be called as switch risk. We have seen if there is a change between export date and payment date, so it will be called as switch risk. So risk of change of exchange rate from date of transaction to the date of settlement is called transaction risk. No? We have seen with an example also, import and export case, that how there will be risk from the date of export and till the date of settlement. And we have also seen the different methods, procedures to hedge the risk. Okay. One is the entering into a forward contract. Okay. Forward contract you can do, enter, or you can go it into the money market operation also. So a risk of change of exchange rate from date of transaction to the date of settlement is called transaction risk. Next, when a country experiences dash, its interest rates are likely to fall. When will the interest rate of the country fall? When country is experiencing recession, no? Interest rate will be falling when country is experiencing recession. See, dash is a financial risk that exists when a financial transaction is denominated in a currency other than the base currency of the company. Very interesting question and important also. So which will be the financial risk if transactions are denominated in another currency other than the base currency of the country? It will be called as which risk? Trade risk, foreign exchange risk, or all the above. It will be foreign exchange risk, correct. So a foreign exchange risk will arise when the transaction is denominated in another country's currency other than the base currency of the country. Okay. So if exports is denoted in US dollar, exchange rate risk will be there. Foreign exchange rate risk will be there. Because India's currency is rupees and dollar is a foreign currency. Next question also we have already discussed in detail. See, dash is the where you can buy and sell a currency at a fixed future date at a predetermined rate. So at a fixed future date and a predetermined rate, in which market you can buy. So which market you can buy a fixed currency at a fixed rate at a fixed date? It is the forward market, correct. In forward market, you can enter into future contract to buy on this date at this rate. That is the forward market. Clear? So this much clear. Everybody have noted down this much. All the 4 MCQs till now we have discussed. Okay. Yeah, just a moment. Okay, done. 5th question, what will be the answer? Process through which treasurers try to reduce or eliminate the loss that may result from adverse movement of foreign exchange. Very important, interesting. Foreign exchange risk management. Discuss no procedure for eliminating or reducing the risk is known as risk management. So in foreign exchange market, it will become foreign exchange risk management. We have seen every businesses will try to reduce their risk. Okay, so how they can reduce the risk? Through risk management techniques. And one of the important risk management technique is derivatives contract. Okay, then same currency invoicing we have seen, domestic currency invoicing, then netting of the exposures. All these are what foreign exchange risk management techniques. So method to reduce the risk is called as foreign exchange risk management. Okay. And 6th MCQ, the risk that a government may default on its debt obligation. Government will default, it will be always sovereign risk. Sovereign means government. So if some risk is arising because of government's default, it is called as sovereign risk. Okay. It is sovereign risk, and government defaulting is a very rare case. Okay. So government may not default, but then also if government default, it is called a sovereign risk. That's why we say any investment in government is a safe investment, because government will never default. Okay, you will be assured that you will get back your money. If you're investing in government bonds, etc., there will be no default risk at all. Okay, chances zero, because government will never default the payment. Okay. Understood this much, everybody? Obligation. Okay. See, obligation means like here word uses debt obligation. See, when you take money from somebody as a loan, okay, you will have to repay that amount. No? Okay, if you're taking money on loan or purchasing goods on credit, okay, so you will have to repay the money. That is obligation, that is your duty. You can understand what is your obligation means, your duty. So when you're taking loan from somebody, it is your duty to repay, no? So that is the obligation. So debt obligation means you have to repay the amount. If you're taking the amount, you have to repay the amount, and you will have to also pay the interest also. Okay, this is from commercial angle. Obligation in general terms, if you understand, it will be your duty. Okay, you will have obligation to your country, okay, elders, etc. Obligation means what is your duty towards somebody. Okay, clear? So this much everybody understood? Any confusion till now in this MCQ? I assume you have noted it down or taken the screenshot, as the case may be. Okay, yeah. So now let us discuss the true or false also. True or false type of question will not come in exam, but it will help you if MCQ comes. Okay, from true or false also MCQ can be formed, no? Okay, so true or false, you don't write it as a true or false, you write the correct statement only. Okay, because in MCQ, false statement will not be asked, true statement will be asked. Okay, because it is easy. If true statement is there, it easily MCQ can be formed from that. Okay, so say first, arbitrage involves simultaneous buying and selling of asset in order to make profit from small difference in price. Correct? No? True. We have seen no arbitrage. With an example of vegetable market, we have seen from one market you will buy potatoes at a cheap price and sell at the same time in the another surrounding market at a higher price. Okay, so arbitrage is simple technique for making profit by taking advantage of difference in price. Okay, now how MCQ will be formed from this? This is a true statement. So now MCQ can come now. They will not give arbitrage. They will say dash involves simultaneous buying, selling. Okay, give you the four option: arbitrage, speculation, like that, A, B, C, D. So you can select the correct answer, arbitrage. Understood? Arbitrage involves simultaneous buying and selling of some commodity in order to make a small difference in price. Provided the transportation expenditure is not exceeding the profit. Okay, if market are very far away, so if for transporting that only you will have to incur huge cost, then there will be no much advantage in arbitrage. So arbitrage profit you can earn only if there is a transportation cost is less than the profit difference in price. Okay, speculators attempt to make loss from arising and falling price. True or false? What is the main objective of speculators? Make loss or profit. So this is a false statement. So what will be the correct statement? Correct statement will be speculators attempt to make profit. So instead of loss, you write profit. So that when you're revising, concept will also become clear. What is the main purpose or objective of speculators to make profit. No? So don't write loss, write profit from rising and falling prices. Okay. So just give me an yes or no, then only I will come to know whether everybody has returned or not. Okay. Yeah. Next, say increase in interest rate cause countries' currencies to appreciate. True or false? If interest rate will increase, currency will appreciate or depreciate. Interest rate parity theory. Remember in my interest rate parity theory, countries whose interest rate is more will have currency depreciation. So correct statement will be depreciate. Interest rate parity theory. Check the interest rate parity theory. So if interest rate will increase, country's currency will depreciate. So correct statement will be if increase in interest rate, currency will depreciate. Okay. Next is foreign exchange risk management is also known as exchange rate risk. Okay, true. Foreign exchange risk means exchange rate risk. Meaning of foreign exchange risk is exchange rate risk because of the change in the exchange rate. Okay. So both are interchangeably you can use. Sovereign risk refers to risk that the government may default on its reputation. Already we have discussed. This is the same MCQ only. So no need of writing it again. Okay. Same as MCQ. Yeah. Correct. Micro factors existing within a firm lead to country risk. False. Country risk is a very big term. Micro factors means small. What risk is there in the individual firm? It will not lead to country risk. Country risk is a very big term. We have already discussed what all will be in the country risk, etc. Okay, so micro factors will not lead to country risk. It will lead to business risk, you can say, individual business risk. Okay. Or unsystematic risk, individual risk or unsystematic risk, you can say. Okay, everybody noted down this much. Okay, the first MCQ. In dash, a foreign company issues a bond denominated in currency which is not the home currency of the investors. Okay, if it is a type of which bond? If a foreign company issues bonds denominated in a currency which is not the home currency of investors. Suppose if in India, US dollar bonds are issued, India's currency is rupees. Okay, if some foreign company issues US dollar bond in India, it will be called as which bonds? Okay, understood the question? Foreign company is there, it is issuing a bond denominated in currency which is not the home currency of the investors. So India's home currency is rupees. If some investor is, if some foreign company is issuing US dollar bonds in India, it will be called as which bond? It will be called as Euro bonds. Right, and keep. It will be called as Euro bond. Euro bond means bond issued in currency other than the home currency of the investors. So if some company, foreign company issues US dollar bonds in India, it will be called as Euro bonds. Okay, Euro bonds are those bonds which are issued in currency other than the home currency of the investors. Okay. So Euro bonds means bonds issued by a foreign company in currency other than the home currency of the investor. Example, you can write US dollar bond issued in India will be an Euro bonds. Clear? Read this MCQ. Dash refers to an investment in or getting hold of foreign assets with the aim to control and manage them. Very simple. In internal exam also this was asked, no? Investment done for getting control and manage is called as FDI, foreign direct investment. Okay. So dash is an investment that a parent company makes in a foreign country. This will be again foreign investment. Okay. So this, we will stop here today. We will continue in the next class. So everybody is comfortable with whatever we discussed today.